Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Comic Book Users. Welcome to another episode of Inside the Cover. We're going to kind of continue on where we left off a week and a half or so ago with some Avengers stuff, right? So Avengers, I'm going to do a 2-for-1 special for you here today. This is going to be Avengers 150 and 151. There's a reason why I'm doing them both in one episode, as you'll find out momentarily. Let me just let Tal out. Go ahead, Tal. There we go. All right. So, issue 150. Of course, any issue number 150 is pretty spectacular, right? So this is it. 150th anniversary special. This is supposed to be the issue where the new lineup of the Avengers is revealed. Will that actually happen? Well, we're going to find out. We are going to find out. So, this is, like I said, issue number 150. Pretty cool cover there, right? Of course, this is the George Perez era. We've got this 1976 Avengers Assemble. So we've got Yellow Jacket and the Wasp fresh out of the hospital. They have been summoned to Avengers Mansion. There's all sorts of press and people outside, of course, because the announcement has been made that there's going to be a new lineup of the Avengers announced. So they go inside, they get ready, everybody's asking them questions. Oh, you're going to be part of the new Avengers, We'll see. They go inside. Jarvis is very happy to see them. They go inside. Of course, there's Thor and Iron Man and Vision and Cap and Wanda and the Beast and so on and so forth. Moondragon's there as well. Hellcat is there as well. So Thor, who's of course the senior member on the team, basically gets the meeting started and is like, okay, let's, we got to figure out who's going to be here going forward. And but then, of course, he announces that he is going to take a leave of absence because if you followed the last episode we did with issue number 149, he basically had these discussions with Moondragon, and she kind of convinced him that he's kind of like above everybody else, and that, while it's great that he's been a part of this team for so long, he's probably has other things that he needs to do that are better suited to his strengths and his background and all that sort of thing. So he's probably starting to see that, maybe he needs to take care of things on Asgard, bigger picture type things, and stop staying down on Midgard and fighting mortal enemies, right? So that's his first announcement. Then, of course, a good chunk of the rest of this issue is spent going back and looking at the early days of the Avengers and the different lineups and the different times where they added new members, right? So the original lineup, of course, Thor and Ant-Man and Wasp and Iron Man and the Hulk, right? So Loki's the one who actually got that all started. So they start throwing in, and this is actually the news people that are actually looking at all this. So here we go back and forth to this discussions about the other members, and they start to look at everybody who's there in that room and whether they will stay, whether they will not, right? And because Thor is actually taking the leave of absence, Iron Man is like the next in line. So Iron Man is now running the meeting, running the show. Then they take a look at the next version of the Avengers, right? The news team is looking at when Captain America was found half frozen in the ocean, right? And he became the newest Avenger. The Hulk left at that point. Then Wonder Man, and then Wonder Man turned on them. And then we've got, Giant Man and so on and so forth. And then, of course, you've got Iron Man leaving the team, Thor leaving the team. And basically, you've got, Iron Man hasn't left yet, but you've got Hawkeye joining up the team. Hawkeye was a villain previously. Then we go and they take a look at, contacting Namor to see if Namor the Submariner wanted to become part of the team. And, of course, this is all original Avengers stuff. Jack Kirby pencils here, right? So these are all reprint stuff from the early Avengers issues. Then, of course, Wanda and Pietro, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver hear about the openings on the Avengers team. They, of course, were part of the evil mutants. Now I guess they're okay. They're good guys again. So we take a quick look at them battling the X-Men. Of course, they are interested in joining the team. So here we have a big meeting where Iron Man, Giant Man, and the Wasp announced that Hawkeye will be a new member of the team. Okay, and all this actually happens. Cap is off doing some other stuff, but then Cap decides he's going to come back and join the Avengers. Here we have Wanda and Pietro, who basically go meet with Tony Stark. All right, kind of letting them know that they're on the up and up. All right. So then the new team, right? We've got now Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, Hawkeye. Because now Iron Man is leaving, right? So now he basically leaves Cap in charge. And then you got Giant Man and the Wasp. Actually, I think Wasp leaves at this point in time as well, right? If I'm memory correct. Yeah, basically. So Wasp and Giant Man leave at this point. So now, as you can see, basically this is them announcing to the world the new members of the X-Men, the new version will be Captain America, Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, and Hawkeye. All right, so at the time, that was the then new lineup. So again, we've gone through this whole issue 150, which is basically just reprints. So we did not find out who the new members of the Avengers are going to be. But fear not, I'm not going to make you wait another couple of days for the next episode of this channel, right, to find out who they are, because we're going to go right to that here. All right, the new lineup at last. Issue number 151, that's the Jack Kirby cover right there. So let's open this bad boy up. Okay, so again, we're still in 1976, yes. At last, The Decision. All right, George Perez, Jim Shooter, Jerry Conway, Steve Englehart, John Tartag, Irving Watanabe, Don Warfield, colorist. Okay, so there, of course, someone is watching the TV, watching all the speculation about who is going to be the newest version of the Avengers. Of course, that's Ben Grimm's fist there, drinking a beer, a soda, whatever, shots beer. Okay, so again, they're doing more kind of like looking back. The media's still doing that there. They're fighting the Lava Men, right? Thor. It's already been announced that Thor is leaving the team. Okay. But they're going back to when Thor and the Avengers fought the Lava Men. There's Ben Grimm. So, of course, this is the time where Ben was actually no longer the orange-skinned creature. He was actually now, for this brief period of time, Ben was wearing a Thing suit. Okay, that obviously didn't last too long. And again, they're reminiscing about the then new members of the Avengers. Now we cut back to the present. And Cap and Iron Man talking here. Obviously Cap is going to stay on. All right, so then we've got, they ask Vision and Wanda. She's like, wait a minute, but what about Hawkeye, my good friend Hawkeye? Before we do anything, what's he going to be doing? And then, of course, Thor mentions that Hawkeye is going to be going out west. He's out west with a two-gun kid. He'll be an honorary member. Whenever we need him, he's there, but he's not going to be here right now. But before we do that, we cut to another scene of an older gentleman, okay, asking about his son. It's a nightmare. I don't know what to think, what to do. Who is this person? We don't know right now. Then remembering Wanda, the Scarlet Witch remains. Wanda, you can't leave, Wanda. All right. So then we cut to another couple of scenes. Again, the news looking at when the Avengers fought Doctor Doom. The look where the Avengers fought and had in their ranks the Swordsman. All right. So basically, Wanda and the Vision are sticking around. Jan, the Wasp, is sticking around. Comes up to Yellow Jacket. What are you doing? And Mr. Pym is like, not sure about this. But before we get to his decision, right? More looking back. Okay, all the various versions of Henry Pym. Giant Man, Goliath, Yellow Jacket, Ant-Man, right? Where they talk about how Hawkeye, Clint Barton, also enlisted the growth serum and he became Goliath there for a while. Then his new Hawkeye costume for a brief period in time, right? Then we cut to another scene, all right, where we got someone they're looking at a monitor talking about the Wasp and something else going on there. All these little subplots happening that won't be revealed till future issues. Let's get back to the table, at the round table. He does not. No, Iron Man, I do not want to be an Avenger. Hank, what's going on? He goes, I'm a scientist. I need to go do my scientist stuff. So he walks out. Janet is like, what is going on? Right? Then we've got other people. The news is still looking at other people who have asked to join the Avengers but turned them down. We've got Spider-Man did not want to be. Submariner, Namor the Submariner did not want to be a member. Daredevil was asked, he did not want to be a member. And then others who were in and out of the Avengers over the years. Hercules, who now fronts the Champions. The Black Knight was part of the Avengers for a while. The Black Panther was part of the Avengers for a while. He's also not a member. The Black Widow, and then of course Vision. Vision has been a constant member of the Avengers. You know, Black Widow, of course, been in the Defenders. Okay, so there's all these teams, all these former members. Then, of course, we've got the Champions, Hercules, Black Widow, 2 former members of the X-Men, Angel and Iceman, and, of course, Ghost Rider. Doesn't really fit in any team, right? And they're kind of watching the TV as well. Hercules is thinking back. Hercules and Natasha, Black Widow, are both thinking back on their great time in the Avengers. The other 2 thinking about their time in the X-Men and so on and so forth, right? Cut back to the round table. Moondragon, they start to ponder about Moondragon's future in the team. She basically says it's not really her thing. She's not going to be a member of the team. They get up to the Beast, and the Beast is all for it. He's all for staying. Cap is not really too sure because he just kind of came back and he's like, can we trust this guy? But Iron Man's like, he has performed admirably next to us, so the Beast should be a member of the team, right? And although the Wasp is kind of like, she's also kind of a little on the fence about it. So then they get to, the Beast is going to be in, so he's already gotten everybody's vote. They get to the Hellcat, all right, even though she's got really no experience and just really donned the suit. Then, of course, the media is still talking about all the former members. You got Mantis they're talking about here, all right. So Hellcat wants to be in, but Moondragon basically says to her, you actually have a lot to learn and a lot of training you need to do. So how about you come with me? I'll get you ready for this gig, and then when you're ready, you can join. So basically the team says, okay, that's fine. When you're ready, your seat will be open. And then it goes, she goes, I do need training, and as long as the offer stays open, I guess I won't join now. And then someone shouts from the back of the room, but I will. And who is that but Yellow Jacket, who has had a change of heart, decides to come back, join the team. So people start to say their hellos and goodbyes. So people are saying goodbye to Thor. All right. Goodbye for now to Hellcat. Goodbye to Moondragon. As those 3 take off and leave. Okay, Thor, Moondragon, and Hellcat, they're gone. The rest of them go out to face the media. Avengers assemble. So there's the new lineup going forward. For now, Vision, Scarlet Witch, Beast, Iron Man, Captain America, and the Pims, the Wasp, and Yellow Jacket. All right, so kind of a larger version of the Avengers. A lot of members that kind of came up in conversation here amongst a couple of them. Do we really need this many active members? Guess so. So while they're outside answering questions from the media, there's a little disturbance. As you see this big crate here, a little bit of a disturbance. They hear it start to squeak and creak. Someone bursts through it, and who is standing there but Wonder Man? He's supposed to be dead, but he's not. And basically what he does, he points at the Vision and says, it's the one who stole my mind. And they all look at Vision. Next issue, Nightmare in New Orleans. So for those of you who have followed comics all this time, Vision, obviously, there's parts of what was in Wonder Man when he died that actually got put into the Vision. So they kind of share some things together, right? Very complicated it is, right? So there you have it. Issue 150 and 151 of Avengers, the George Perez era. We finally get the brand new lineup of the team. So yeah, there you go. We're going to move away from Avengers for a little bit. We've got lots of other stuff to cover here on Comic Book Users, but I will be coming back because I have a lot of the 150s and the 160s. I've got all those. And again, that's the great era, the George Perez era, so we will be revisiting, but not immediately. So now that we got the new lineup, we'll take a little break, got other things going on, but we'll come back. So stay tuned, everybody. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Very, very important. So stay tuned for more episodes here on Comic Book Users. For Wild Bill, I am P. Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you real soon here. Avengers, assemble. Bye-bye.